Assalamu alaikum and good morning everyone to this new lesson about another type of essays. Today we'll study the classification essay. Classification, as you know, is derived from the verb to classify. When we say to classify, we mean to divide something into groups or categories. So in this type of essays, we're going to divide our topic into groups or categories. Clear? And of course, these groups or categories contain elements which share similar characteristics. Right? Good. So, as you know, in this type of essays, it belongs to what we call logical division of ideas. Right? Logical division of ideas. So here we have two terms which can be used interchangeably. Right? Whether classification or logical division of ideas. Right? Good. Now, you have here in this type of essays a topic. So you try to find or come up within that topic with 3 or 4 categories, 3 or 4 types, 3 or 4 groups, 3 or 4 classes, 3 or 4 styles, 3 or 4 kinds. Right, so this is how we should write structure and write the application essay. For example, let's say the topic of energy. I can divide energy into 3 types. Sun energy, wind energy, and hydraulic energy. Topic, for example, of clothes. I may come up here with 3 types of clothes in my essay. Winter clothes, summer clothes, and spring clothes. Schools also can be divided and can be broken up into 2 categories. Which are public schools and private schools. Movies or films also, this topic also can be broken up, can be divided, right, can be categorized into 3 or even more types. Action movies, horror movies, and romantic movies. Right, romantic movies. So this is the way how you always work when you want to classify a given topic to you. Right, good. But how do we divide, right, or break our topic into these categories or types or classes? Here we must first think of the principle or the basis of classification. Right, it means when I have my topic, I must first think of a principle that I will depend on, rely on in my division of this topic into categories or classes or types. Right? So this basis of classification represents, if you can say, the focus of my division. For example, if I want to develop the topic of friends using classification pattern of writing, I may think of what? The notion of honesty within the topic of friends and come up with 3 types of friends. Clear? Of course, with regard to the notion of honesty, I have the loyal friend, the pragmatist friend, and the opportunist friend. So here, I have divided my topic into 3 types, friends, depending on the principle of honesty. Example, topic of people. I can divide this topic into categories, but on which basis? On which principle? For example, I choose the principle of age. I will talk about children, youth, and old people. Right. So here I have come up with 3 categories of people, of course, depending on the principle of age. Right. Also, for schools, they can be divided into two categories, public or private, depending on the principle of funding. Public schools are funded by government, private schools are funded by businessmen, companies, associations, and so on. Right. Clear? Good. Movies also, we divide it into three categories, depending on the principle of their content. What they include, what they show in them. Right. Good. So, here as you see, we have given some examples about how to develop a topic according to the classification pattern of writing. So here we have normally three major steps when we want to write this type of essays. Number one, we must choose a topic. A topic that can include some categories, that can be divided, that can be, broken into classes, categories, types, and so on. Right. Choose topic number one. Number two, think of the principle of classification, whether it's age or work or what. Clear? Right. And thirdly, you break now your topic into categories and classes. Right. So topic, principle, then categories. Right. Now, of course, as you know, we are here dealing with the classification essay. Right. And we said before that this type of essays is considered also another aspect of expository writing. Clear? It means here also, when we explain and give the types or classes or categories within a topic, of course here we are exposing facts about that topic. We are informing the reader about the groups or the categories of this or that topic. Right? Clear? So that's why here we should always bear in mind that here we are dealing with, we can say, factual details. These categories should be facts about the topic. Right, that's why you should be objective and think only of what can be real category or real type within that topic. It means don't immerse your subjectivity in your writing and start, express your opinions about every category and so on. It means explain, detail, exemplify, illustrate every category objectively, right? And even if you want to express your opinion, express it without exaggerating in your emotions. So your emotions, I like this, I don't like this, it's great, it's awesome. No, okay. Here you are meant to expose facts about every category and its features within this topic. Right? Topic. Good. Here also normally. The tense we are supposed to use is usually the simple present tense, because we are giving information, we are giving details. Clear? We are, if you can say, informing the reader about some categories or groups or types which are true at all times within this or that topic. Clear? This or that topic true at all times. Right? Good. Now, how do I, if you can say, organize my categories or my groups or my types in this type of essays? Here, of course, as you know, classification essay also is categorized under what? The order of importance pattern of writing. So I must always organize my major ideas, which are my groups or my categories or my kinds or types of the topic, according to their importance, from the most important to the least important, or vice versa, from the least important to the most important. Of course, always taking into consideration also the logical order of these ideas. Clear? Importance, but in a logical way. For example, if I want to develop a topic of people depending on the principle of age, logically, I will first talk about children, then youths, then old people. And it's not logical, it's not wise, it's not even correct to mix up these three stages in your essay, because the reader needs to feel that you are following certain order, certain, if I can say, hierarchy of these stages. Clear? Good. Now, if I want to write now classification essay, which structure should I follow? Of course, this type of essays is like any other type. It contains always three parts: the introductory paragraph, the supporting or body paragraphs, and the concluding paragraph. Let's start first with the introduction. What do we do, or what do we write in an introduction of a classification essay? As usual, we start first by introducing background information about our topic in general. Clear? Then we narrow down the scope of our introduction. We may even define the topic, no problem. Clear? Then also we mention also the principle of our division. And when we reach the last sentence, which is the thesis statement, here I should be very clear and very specific about the topic, controlling idea, and the way of development. It means this statement should include the keyword of the topic, for example, schools, and the controlling idea. Now, in this type of essays, we can use many words as our controlling ideas. We may use groups, classes, categories, types, kinds, styles. So all these can be our controlling ideas. Right. So there are two types of schools, or two major types of schools. So here, as you see, I have mentioned school's topic and the main idea, controlling idea, types. Clear? Also, here you are allowed in this type of essays to add the names of your groups or of your kinds. Example, schools can be divided into two major types. You can stop here, full stop, it's correct. Or you can add private and public schools. So this is part, is called the predictor. It means it gives us the names of the main IDs or the main categories or the main types will develop in our body paragraphs. Clear? Good. So here I repeat, you are allowed to be satisfied with hourly topic and question idea, or also you can add the names of your groups or of your types. It's all correct. Clear? Good. Now, in the body, how can I develop these categories of this topic in my body paragraphs? Of course, the number of your categories or the number of your types or classes equals the number of your body paragraphs, supporting paragraphs. That's why we recommend that always you should come up only with 3 or 4 at most types. Clear? Because you will develop every type and every category and every class, right, or group in a separate paragraph. If you have chosen to discuss, for example, or develop 3 types of energy, you will devote 3 body paragraphs. A paragraph for every type. If you decide to discuss 2 types of schools, it means you will devote 2 body paragraphs. Every paragraph for every type of schools. Clear? If you choose to, for example, develop or discuss 4 types of movies in your essay, So you will devote and write 4 body paragraphs in your body. Every paragraph for every category or type. Clear? Right. Good. Of course, in every paragraph, I introduce first my type or my group. Clear? Then explain it. Right. I exemplify, mention examples. I give details about it. Right. To always inform the reader about this category. Right. This category. Good. Also, we should take into account or also the notion of how to order, as we mentioned before, our categories or types in the body paragraphs. They should order them according to the what? To their importance. Order of importance. The most important to the least important. And always logically. Right. To create a smooth flow of ideas from one category to another. Clear? Without any kind of contradiction. Right. Good. You may also compare and contrast these categories when you explain and detail everyone. Clear. Detail everyone. Right. So here, after developing and discussing every category and every type in separate paragraph and ordering them logically and according to their importance, now I move on to my last paragraph, which is the concluding paragraph. Here, of course, I start with the transition of and in brief, in short, and so on. Clear. Then I restate my clear thesis statement. I repeat its content in different words. Clear. Always the same way of concluding. And also, I summarize or mention my categories or the names of my groups briefly. For example, I say all these types of schools, for example, whether private or, for example, all these types of schools, whether private or public, are or play a very essential part in education. So here I have restated and also summarized the 2 main categories of schools, private and public. Clear. Then you can continue, of course, with what you want as a command or recommendation or clear. I don't know, anecdote or what you want. Clear. Just to state the statement, summarize as usual the main categories or the names briefly, and then you comment or recommend what you want. Clear. Go. Just a remark about the structure of your essay. Especially the body paragraphs. Do not mix up the categories. It means, I repeat, develop every category and every type and every class in a separate paragraph and don't mix them up. Clear? Mix them up. Right. To make your essay clear and its structure well organized, clear, and well divided. Right. Divided. Because the main aim of this essay is what? Is to enable students to treat data, information, knowledge, and divide it into groups. Itself is a skill. When you take something and you can find how to divide it into groups. Of course, in a logical way. All right. Answer. Clear. Good. Also, we have to bear in mind the notion of unity. It means all the essay should speak and tackle and discuss only one single topic. Right. And any category you mention here should be relevant to your topic. Clear. Don't bring any new idea to your essay. Also, notion of coherence. You order your major ideas logically and according to importance, and also use the appropriate transitions to create that flow between the essay parts. Okay, the essay parts. First category, second category, also another type, and so on. Right. Good. Now at the end I have, as usual, model essay of classification. which I wrote myself using my modest vocabulary and language. It's about types of food. Types of food. I tried here to write a classification essay for you to show you how to categorize, to divide, to develop, all right, your topic and break it into 3 or 4 categories. You explain every category in a separate body paragraph, and you finally conclude. So here it is. Introduction. Food is the basis of our life. It nourishes or nurtures our bodies, enabling us to survive. Food can have various effects on our bodies according to the type we consume. You see, here I began with general introduction about food, then the principle here type, the effects, right, or content of the food which has special effect, clear. Our food can be categorized into 3 main types. Grain, food, fruits and vegetables, and meat. So here, the last sentence is my statement. Our food, my topic, into 3 types, or 3 main types, is my controlling idea. And here I have added the predictor, the names of my categories, which are grain, food, fruits and vegetables, and meat. First paragraph, of course, here I have 3 types, so I will devote 3 body paragraphs. The first one is about grain food. Grain food is the basic type that provides us with fiber. It includes all types of cereals, wheat, corn, and so on. They help to build our tissues and cells to have a sound body and skin. These should be cooked before being eaten. First paragraph. Second one. Vegetables and fruits are among the commonest daily types of food. While vegetables are essential parts of our meals, fruits are usually used as desserts after meals. Vegetables, like tomatoes and potatoes, for example, represent the majority of people's food. But bananas, oranges are considered as complementary food and can be eaten without cooking. Now, third paragraph about meat. Meat is also a very indispensable part in our meals. Whether red meat or white, it provides us with proteins and many other nutrients that strengthen our bodies and muscles. Specialists consider any meal without meat for a long time a disturbance in the energy balance of the human being. Meat should be eaten after cooking well. Or after being cooked well. Now, this is the last paragraph. You may say first, second, and moreover, alright. And also it's clear, I have developed them from grain to vegetables to meat. Alright, from the smallest element to the, if you can say, most essential, or if you can say, the most essential part, which is meat. In brief, now conclusion, all food types are complementary and that means they complete one another, clear, and essential to our health. Grains, vegetables, fruits and meat contribute to have a sound body and allow us also to have a sound mind, as mental welfare is related to our physical one. Clear? Physical one. Right, 2. Good. This is only a sample introduction essay for you. You can read it. It's only my first try, my first draft, but I try to make it suit the level of the students, alright, of 3D. Now, of course, so we have another essay, alright, sample, always, of classification. It's about the different types or categories of teachers. You can read it and see, right, how this type of classification essay is structured and written. So, thank you so much and good luck.